The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is Media Mash, a roundtable of Cowboys insiders dropping wisdom and offering sizzling takes on the current state of your Dallas Cowboys. Now, your host, Newy Scruggs.
Here we are on the Media Mash, everybody. It is Thursday here at the Star in Frisco. The Cowboys heading into a pivotal matchup on Sunday against the Philadelphia Eagles, who are in first place. Philly has won the last three meetings. We got Nick Harris, Fort Worth Star-Telegram, Hall of Famer Ed Werder of WFAA-TV. All right.
Jock's at the Red Rocks.
What'd you do?
He's at the Red Rocks Casino in Las Vegas.
You ever had a late night at a casino, Newy? When you probably
night before a
have.
game?
When you probably shouldn't have.
No.
Really?
I was in Vegas 8 days.
Oh.
I was there 8 days.
I'm saying
So
in
you
your
missed
life.
you missed your flight home? You were out so late, you missed your flight?
I was fine. I was all good.
okay.
I was all good. And you know, kept all the restrictions that we had to, that we signed, that they tell us we have to do in these places. I was good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was good.
Anti-gambling policy and all that?
I did anti-gambling policy,
Very
no
nice.
curfew.
I'm proud
I
of
was
you.
all good, man.
Way to make us proud.
You know what, man? I guess when you're my age, you're all good. I've done all that. So youngsters are a little bit different out there in Las Vegas, but I was good with it, Ed. I was
Nice.
good. You know, I'll say this. If that's what it takes for them to perform like that, then go ahead this week. Stay out all night. Go down to deep
Give away a possession in this game.
You know, do what you got to do.
Windstar's not that far.
Yeah, I don't think they can do that. But you are right, Ed. A possession in this football game could be very critical, especially looking back at the Cowboys-Eagles first game of the year on that Thursday night, and the Cowboys had the football in optimal position to go down the field and win that football game, and they did not. What's the hopium level
For this game, for the
for
Cowboys?
this game? Coming off the Raiders. I know it's the Raiders, but
I know everybody's, critical of the Eagles and, saying that the offense is in dysfunction and there's turmoil in the locker room with the quarterback. But this is the winningest team in the league the last 2 years. Look at the teams they've beaten this year. Dallas hasn't beaten a team with a winning record. Dallas hasn't beaten an opponent that has more than 3 wins yet this year. And these guys have beaten the Bucs, the Packers, the Lions, the Rams. I mean, come on. I think these are two teams on totally different levels, but I just don't discount the possibility the Cowboys could win the game. With the defensive improvement we saw the other night, they could win the game. But I still think the Eagles are in a different class overall.
I think the Cowboys would probably tell you they wish they had one more tune-up game to get these new pieces assimilated on defense before going through this stretch. But they have to play the schedule they have. And on a short week, it's going to be tough. I think they keep this game close at the very least, though.
so I go back into piggybacking on what you said, Ed. This has been a problem here, not for the past couple of years. The Cowboys can't beat good teams. That's been an issue. Beating good teams has been an issue, and this is a good football team. And what we have seen, even saw it this year, got close with Philly, had Green Bay where you wanted them to, couldn't finish the job. And at some point in time, if they want to have some real true hope, they got to win a game. You're at home. I know it's a short week. You've got a little bit of hope because you've got some defensive players that can actually help you. We go back to that first game. No defense was worth an darn in the first half. In the second half, both defenses played well. It was only 3 points scored in it. But at some point in time, the Cowboys, if they're going to do anything, it has to be right now. You got 3 games in 11 days. You got the first one done with the Raiders. Stepping up, whole different level of competition. But you got to get in Kansas City ain't Kansas City anymore. We see it with 5-5 football team. This is the game. If the Cowboys can win, then maybe.
If they win this game, that'll give them the confidence that perhaps they can win the other 2.
Yes.
But they have to win this game.
Yeah, that's where I'm looking at it.
And they know this team. And they played this team on fairly even terms in the opener, which should have been very favorable to Philadelphia, playing at home on the night they were celebrating their Super Bowl title. The Cowboys had the ball with a chance to go win the game.
Amen.
They didn't get it. And they had a much worse defense then than they have now.
Correct. And Philadelphia, in my opinion, looked better as a team in that game than they have.
But defensively, they'll have Jalen Carter. We presume he'll make it to kickoff and the coin flip and all that.
He'll play a snap. I got to imagine he's going to play a couple
They
snaps.
got Jalen Phillips, who makes a difference on the defense.
Boy, was that a good pickup or what?
That has been. I mean, the NFC East has really cleaned up with some good trade deadline additions, but Jalen Phillips has been fantastic.
And then you bring back Brandon Graham out of retirement, so he's got those fresh legs. So Philadelphia is, if they can make AJ Brown happy, then who knows what they can do. But they're you go look at they've had a lot of close games.
They've won them,
and that was my next.
They have the best record in the NFL in one-score games.
They know how to close the show, and the Cowboys have to figure that out. You start to look at the Carolina game, you look at the Philly game, you look at the Green Bay game. These are games where you conceivably can look back and say, boy, we could have had that, but that's what bad teams do. They don't know how to close the show. Can they figure that out this week?
I don't know. I think it'll be a close game, so I think they'll have their opportunity to demonstrate whether they can pull that off or not.
I think the big difference here is this matchup is going to be one between the Cowboys offensive line and the Philly defensive line. I think that's going to be the matchup that really dictates this ball game. And with the way the Philly defensive line has really been sinking in recently, it's tough to imagine the Cowboys winning that advantage. But when this Philly line gets pressure, that opens up things for their young defensive backs that have just been balling this year. Quinyon Mitchell should be a first-team All-Pro this year. He's been playing that well. Andrew Makuba is playing like he's in his third year, not his rookie season at the safety spot. Cooper DeJean, he's such an added element that can play anywhere in the secondary. Those guys are playing better because of that front. And if you can give Dak Prescott time, or if Dak Prescott can give Dak Prescott time, then I like the Cowboys to win this game. But that is truly where I think this matchup hinges on.
I think that's pretty much what Dak said a few minutes ago, right? Was it's all about how we handle the pressure and handle the front, suggesting they can beat the secondary with the skill positions they have if he can get the ball out.
They've got to be able to run the football. Philly's given up a little bit over 100 a game on the ground. They've got to get 100.
They ran the football well against them the first game, but Miles Sanders fumbled in the red zone.
And that was my next thing, was you got to run the football, and then you can't get the ball away, because you start to look at that football game. They lost the turnover battle, and that was a critical 3 points possibly there that you didn't get. And then when they had the ball down there in the red zone, had to kick another field goal. So that's in my mind, I look at that's potential 7 points that you didn't get. They've got to go. They've got to be better at that. If they're going to win the football game, they're not good enough to make those kind of mistakes. And when you're taking on a Philadelphia team that just figures out ways to win,
and they don't turn the ball over. That's the secret to their success, is they don't turn the ball over. They score when they're in the red zone. They maximize those opportunities, and they do not hurt themselves. The quarterback has what, 1 turnover all year?
Good player. Yeah. Good player. What else are you getting out of the locker room today, Ed?
Trying to think. You were at the podium. I was doing some investigative journalism inside of the locker room.
We talked to Dak quite a bit about this matchup and the importance of these 3 games, and he said there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. In 12 days, we're either in or we're out. And even if they win the 3, they're not necessarily in. But this is the key stretch to their season. I think CD and we talked to Pickens a lot about him coming back beyond this year. Obviously, Jerry's made a great trade to get Pickens, but it really doesn't matter if they don't keep the guy beyond this year. Like, that's the purpose of bringing in great young players, is you keep them for the duration of their most meaningful years. So that's got to happen.
Stay right there. We talked a little bit this on the Players Lounge. Jerry's 82. Why not just write the check at this point in time? You don't know how many more of these you're going to have.
If you're the agent, why would you answer the phone right now? Other than George.
I'm not saying now. No, I'm not saying now. I mean, after the season.
Oh, after the season.
Yeah, that's no. I mean, in terms of just like getting George Pickens being on the team in 2026 with the contract. That's what I'm thinking about here. Yes, it's going to cost you some money, but at this point in time, who cares? Yeah. If George Pickens signs a 5-year deal here, who knows? Who knows? If 82 years. Who knows how much more time you have? Get the deal done, and if you can see what Dak is able to do with CeeDee Lamb, with George Pickens, and Jake Ferguson, and now you got some defensive pieces here,
and Javonte Williams,
and you think you could add a little bit more to it come 2026, why would you not do it? That's just my opinion. Who cares about the money at this point in time?
I guess critics of it would say, well, then you're the Cincinnati Bengals, right? You've allocated so much to your quarterback and 2 receivers that you can't field a competitive defense. Which is where the Cowboys have been to this point.
But you're now seemingly, with your defensive line, able to make some moves. And that's just my thing.
Well, you got to keep those guys too, right? Kenny Clark's going out of contract. Quinnen Williams, we don't know if he's going to play for the final 2 years of his Jets contract or not. he might want more. Like, but the point is, if when you're 3-5-1 and you're making trades for these kinds of players, like the point of emphasis has to be beyond this year, because you're probably not going to realize your expectations this year.
Yeah.
But you could next year when you have those guys to build your defense around and you have, that group of those two receivers and the quarterback.
All right. Bring in Jacques Taylor here, author and former Cowboy beat writer. I just think at 82 years old, man, remember Mike?
He's 81 and he didn't do it, so.
Yeah, he finally did. But I think about Mike Ilitch when he was the old owner of the Red Wings and the Tigers. This dude wrote every check he could to try to get the Tigers the championship, and he got the World Series. But the man was like, I don't care. And I know there's a salary cap, but if I'm why at this point in time, why not pay Pickens and everybody else? Man, try to get this thing before whatever.
Before what, man? You gonna stop.
Saints come marching in. That's what.
Man. Jerry Jones is 1 month older than my father, so all this Jerry Jones about to. The Saints come marching in. This is negative talk news. But, my old man work out 3 times a week. Every time I talk to him, he working out, and he got 55-year-old.
I just saw Jerry in the gym over here.
Did you?
Yeah, he was spotting for Dad.
Look. Okay, you probably ain't going to be here next Thursday.
Well, you almost weren't here today, so that ain't all bad.
That's because I ain't going to say nothing about the times they are changing around here. I think the more important thing is you got to win while Dak is still a functional, good quarterback. He ain't going to play forever.
The thing that upsets Jerry, right, is he hasn't gotten football credit as a general manager. Now they've made all these moves that have benefited the roster, and you're going to not take full advantage of it because you're not going to re-sign some of these guys?
See, I'm crazy. I think you should sign everybody. I mean, Kenny Clark, you should sign him too. Yep. You should have 3. Why, if you got 3 of them on your roster right now and they played good these last, why wouldn't you figure out a way to bring them all back? It's about winning now. It's a year-to-year proposition for most NFL teams, not just because the owner is a little old. It's for the team. It's a year-to-year proposition. Can we win this year? Yeah, let's go for it.
I worry more about the age of the quarterback than I am the age of the owner.
Yeah, me too. I'm with you because Jerry gonna live forever. He's Dorian Gray, baby.
I think we can say right now the quarterback is in his prime, and I look at him and just what he's been able to do with Pickens and Lamb, and I just say, okay.
Plus, you're gonna have to pay him another $400 million in 3 years.
I go back to Peyton Manning, and Peyton was obviously the first pick in the draft and a special talent, but they always had help. The guy's whole career, he had dudes. Dak hasn't had dudes.
On both sides of the ball.
Right. But specifically,
Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, use a Edgerrin James
on Anthony Gonzalez. Yeah, you had Marshall Faulk. Oh, hey, we're trading you, Marshall. We don't want to pay you. Here's Edgerrin James. When they told Edgerrin we're not going to pay you, they go out and draft the kid Donald. I mean, they just kept getting guys. They had Joseph. They kept having guys around Peyton Manning. Here's a first-round pick on tight end Dallas Cowboys.
Plus Mathis and Freeney on the other side.
Right. So to me, when I think about just what Jerry's been rolling out here, CD and the maybes the past couple of years, finally you got a guy like Pickens. You see what it can do, and if you're going to pay him all this money, maximize it. That's what you should do, in my opinion. You got to give it. They can't do it alone. He can do a lot, but you're clearly seeing offensively what he can do with the kind of help and a special player that Pickens is. Even CeeDee Lamb is sitting here like, hey, man, this guy floats. He floats all boats, Nick.
Are you saying that they haven't invested draft resources to help Dak?
I'm saying in the first round, like not the
offensive line.
They've left him shorthanded at wide receiver several times.
Yeah, not the way we're talking about what Peyton Manning. Bill Polian went out of his way, and even when John Elway was in Denver, to make sure you had prime targets. I mean, you go to Denver, there's a first rounder in Demaryius Thomas. Mm-hmm. I said, just look at the first round picks that they brought in for Peyton Manning offensively. Even when they were drafting offensive tackles and everything, it was all about making sure 18 had what he needed. Mm-hmm. I can't sit here and say that they've done that for 4.
I think they have since that 2020 injury. I'll continue with that because when 3 of the last 4 first-round picks have been on the offensive line, it's been about protecting his health first and foremost. Now, should they probably have used 1, maybe 2 of those on a skill guy? Sure, maybe so. I think this offense probably would have been a lot more productive last year when he was well on his way to having his worst career year. But I understand where you're coming from.
And they've made mistakes, too. I would have never gotten rid of Amari Cooper to keep Michael Gallup. I was never about that one.
That was a bad miscalculation.
Yeah.
That was one where I'm like, Michael Gallup is a nice 3. Amari Cooper's a guy that you were 3 and 5 and saved Jason Garrett's job. This guy has shown you he can play. They can have all the issues they want about if he did this one thing that he didn't do that they wish he would have done, and
that most of us had to do.
Yeah.
Like go to Vegas too late one night.
But
Get a vaccine.
Styly jab, dog.
Yeah.
so
Crazy times.
That's a player I would not have gotten rid of. So what did you see when you had Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and you had Michael Gallup? You saw Dak have some good. You had good years. So now I think that give me Pickens and Lamb. I think those two can do as much and more than those three did because those two are clearly that special. I would just keep that going. That's just me. And I could care less about the money and all that. And especially if I was an older guy, like, dude, Jerry's ain't talking about, ain't got too many more of these.
I think they do have a perfect sidekick developing in Ryan Flanoy.
Yes.
I think that has become their wide receiver 3.
Yes, everything that Tolbert wish your boy Tolbert could have been.
And everything that Devontae Turpin ain't.
He has value, too, in his own way.
Yeah, he's a nice kick returner.
He's had 2 really bad drops on 3rd down. And
I ain't throwing it to him no more on third
yeah,
down.
it's
dog.
bad.
Okay, Tom Brady. Okay, let's get our first break in here. Shot Taylor.
I got
Ed
you. See
Werder,
my rings.
Nick Harris. I'm doing Scrubs Media Match on DallasCowboys.com.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys? Or how about them Tyson Cowboys Nuggets? As we cheer for the stars on the field, we love that we've also got some stars on our plate, thanks to Tyson brand star-shaped Cowboys Nuggets. That, along with all our other favorite Tyson Foods products, sure make game day special. Score some delicious Tyson Cowboys Nuggets and become a game day star, just like our Cowboys. As you enjoy your stars on and off the plate, remember, tailgates and game day have always been Tyson.
Cowboys fans, SeatGeek is the only primary ticketing partner of America's team and here to help you experience all the action this season. SeatGeek makes it easy to find the perfect seats to the perfect game, so you can be part of all the touchdown celebrations and momentum-shifting takeaways this season. Whether you're getting tickets to Cowboys games or to any other live event in DFW, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. SeatGeek.
Look, school is starting and I'm just a kid. And let's be honest, I'm not going to shop for myself. But we can get up to 40% off back-to-school essentials on Uber Eats. Did I mention I need poster board for my science fair, lunch for my field trip, and unlined note cards for my history quiz tomorrow? Or were they lined? Anyway, Uber Eats has all the back-to-school stuff on there. So come on, let's order now on Uber Eats and get up to 40% off. We're cool, right? Cool.
Not literally everything. Promotion ends 9/16. It is subject to change or cancellation. Exclusions may apply. Check app for availability.
Back to Media Mash.
Tostitos team's bags, well, they're back, and you can get the official chip of the Dallas Cowboys at your local store, available for a limited time. Scan the QR code or visit FritoLayExperiences.com for a chance to win epic experiences all season long. One lucky Cowboys fan will win an epic game day experience and get to be a part of the Cowboys' Thanksgiving traditions, courtesy of Tostitos. And remember, this year, the Kansas City Chiefs are coming to Jerry World. Post Malone will have the halftime show. This is the Media Match. You got Jacques Taylor, Ed Werder, Nick Harris. I am Newey Scruggs here. So Matt Eberflus, is he off the hot seat for at least 1 week? Ed Werder?
For 1 week until they play the Eagles? Yeah, he's off until they play the Eagles. I think now he actually can be more fairly judged. Now that he's got talent, he's got his, I think we underestimated the value of the 2 safeties being out and all the coverage busts that contributed to. I think with what Quinnen Williams did and the effect he's had and the 5-man front, DeMarvion Overshown being back, I think he's actually got playmakers where we can have reasonable expectations of them not being the worst defense in football anymore.
JT?
I mean, he gets a pass until we see what it looked like. But, you got better players, you should play better defense. It ain't, at one level, it ain't really all that complicated.
I go back to a little bit of stubbornness in keeping their unathletic linebackers playing behind them and playing more Tampa 2. Kenneth Murray is not a Tampa 2 linebacker. Neither is Jack Sanborn, and the consistent redundance of it. I go back to that as something that, should definitely be noted at the end of the year. But y'all are right. He does have his players now. He has his athletic guy in the middle now, whether it be Logan Wilson or DeMarvin Overshown. You're already starting to see that kind of come together a little bit. But
Nick ain't giving no passes.
Not yet.
I go, it's simple. Does the carpenter have tools? In the beginning of the year, I think if we're just being honest with ourselves, we don't know he didn't have tools. Mike Zimmer didn't have the tools. The tools that were here were
and Eberflus had even less because you traded Micah Parsons a week before the season started.
Right. The tools were here for a Dan Quinn defense in them. And so since then, they've kind of wandered the desert trying to figure this out. It's the Raiders. So we must present it as such. Yep. But I also say this: we thought it was just the Cardinals, and the Cardinals came in and worked them, and ain't done anything since. They beat the Cowboys here at Jerry World. So
Jacoby Brissett made the NFL record for most completions.
447, man. He threw for 447 last week, dog.
That's a veteran right
there. Did they
without Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Did they win?
No, not even close.
Okay. All right. So
the Cowboys never beat the 49ers either.
Kirk Cousins, your fantasy quarterback. Yeah, you picked him up that one week, and he went out there and balled like crazy for you. Yeah. Okay. Kyler Murray's never getting the job back. But just overall, I know that Eberflus has caught a lot of flack, and I have said that if Jerry's going to be fair, give him some pieces and then make your judgment, because I'm losing Micah Parsons. I mean, anybody's taking the job. It's like, hey, well, Micah Parsons here. There's certain players that if you're going to take a job, like, hey, I've got this guy here. I can cook up some stuff here, and not having Micah Parsons.
Shotty said it was unanimous.
Jerry said it was unanimous.
Jerry said.
Who voted is what I want to know. If it was unanimous, who voted? Who got the vote? You and Steven? I may not be back next week.
Shotty said he was part of it. So did Eberflus.
Hey, man, I'm just saying.
Okay.
You don't get to have it all 5 ways, man. And this ain't Burger King, baby.
And Nico Harris, I mean, when Jason Kidd said that he and Nico were in alignment, so I mean, it was coaches say stuff, man. Sometimes you see dudes are hostages out there, man. So
self-preservation.
He had to like Homeland doing little signals with his hand.
It was like Parcells tried to act like he was okay with T.O. and he started calling him the player, never called him by his name. So we've seen how that works around.
I just like everything on the record, man. That's all.
Okay.
That's
the record's not always the truth.
But they did go out and solve a couple problems on defense. I just think they did it too late.
That is 100% way too late in the game, and I think it's going to cost them. I don't think they're going to be able to make the playoffs. I think you've dug too much of a hole for yourself, in my opinion. You're sitting around here right now, 4-5-1, and then look at the losses, and you lost to a team like Carolina. Carolina is right here fighting for a wild card like you are. They're going to have the edge on you, and you lose the game to Arizona's in the NFC. These NFC losses, I think,
Carolina,
Bears
are going to hurt.
But see, you can't say that no more.
Could have beat the Packers.
Like the Carolina loss don't look the Arizona loss look like a sorry loss, but the Carolina loss don't look like a sorry loss.
Going back to what I'm saying is, as you get toward the end and you're trying to make a playoff spot, you start looking at all these scenarios where they're not going to be in their favor because you've lost these NFC games, and it's going to hurt you.
You're saying because the Bears are a first place team and Carolina's a game out behind the Bucs, that
it's not
those are better teams than maybe we thought at the time.
But definitely better than we thought.
They're better, but at the same time, because they're also better, you start looking at the playoff. They're going to be ahead of you because, all right, I don't think the Bears will win the division, but they'll probably end up as a wild card.
No, this is all true.
And Carolina kind of the same thing. I think the Bucs will win the division, will be a wild card, but these are two teams. They got you. And so that's going to drop you right there. And I think that's going to
got to make you sick. If you lose to Carolina and they make the playoffs and you don't, that's bad.
Should have buckled up.
I don't care how.
Should have buckled up.
He told you. He gave you a fair warning.
They wasn't buckled up.
They wasn't buckled up.
He told you. I mean,
Quote of the year.
It's incredible.
I mean, when you allow a team to go on a 6-minute drive to close the show and kick a field goal in the game, I mean, will you be sick? But it's A, you asked for it. 2, go back to what you said. You made a move way too late. So I think in 2026 that things could look a lot better for them, but it's just hard. I mean, you think about the 3 games in 11 days now. Okay, Philly here, then Kansas City. Kansas City's not who we thought, but still. Then you got
They still got Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid.
right. You don't have the 10 days to get ready for the Lions like you would have in the past. It's 7 days, so you got to go up to Detroit in December. The Chargers are iffy, but still, if you can't beat the Cardinals at home, we can't sit around here and just assume you're going to beat the Chargers. This is a tough schedule.
Back to the whole, you did this all too late.
Yes.
Personnel improvement. Reminds me, remember, what was Mike McCarthy griping about? Mike McCarthy complained about the fact he didn't have his roster, his team together in April for the start of the off-season program. You got to have your team in April. Everybody's got to go through the whole thing together. We're in November, and they're still bringing in the starting players, right? They put 2 starting defensive players in November.
Impact guys.
This is not the way to win championships.
And, yeah.
Sometimes I'll say to people, who else is winning titles like this? And it's a challenge. And that's why I say 2026 is probably what you ought to be looking for. But right now, it's fight, compete every day, and see where you end up. But I just think for being realistic about this and looking at the fact that who have you beaten? Bad teams, last place teams.
How about this? You haven't won 2 in a row yet. I mean, we can't even
haven't been above 500 for over a year.
Yeah, we can't even take you seriously till you win 2 in a row and get 500.
Haven't beat a team with a winning record. Haven't been over 500 in a year.
They can do all of that this weekend.
Yeah.
All of that.
That 11-day stretch it's going to determine a lot. This 11-day stretch is going to determine a lot, not only for this year,
Nick,
but for next year too.
You told me that other stretch with, where was it? It was the Cardinals and somebody else. That was going to determine us a lot.
That was before Quentin Williams got here.
And that did determine a lot because here they are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And it's the world champs, and they just know how to win close games. And the Cowboys do.
Yeah. But I think it's going to be a fascinating game, though, because, they finally look like they got a defensive line that can handle, at least stand up to Philadelphia. And Philadelphia's been offensively challenged. Cowboys are usually good offensively, even though this is a terrific defense. So
Philly is the tough, physical team the Cowboys want to be.
How about it? Especially on defense. Yeah.
Certainly.
And they're world champs. Something they want to be as well. There's a whole lot. There's a whole lot over there in Philadelphia, and we'll see. We'll see. But Sunday is going to be an excellent opportunity for them. So I asked Demarion Overshone yesterday about his body. Is it ready for 3 games in 11 days? Could they possibly put you on a pitch count? He's like, well, I'm going to be ready to go.
He's not going to say no.
I was going to say he Agent Zero. Hey, man, you got 4 games in 8 days. Can your body handle it?
Which comes back into my thing of who is there to put him on the pitch count and reel him in, because to come off an injury and to take your body through that seems like a whole lot to me.
Yeah, Schottenheimer's done a really good job, I think, with these guys that are coming in with understanding their pitch counts. Revel is another one. I think they're going to be really smart about these guys over the course of this 11-day stretch, no doubt.
But Overshone also said, when the game needs to be won, I need to be on the field. When it's time to win the game, I need to be on the field.
And that's a tough one, because you're a young guy and you want all that. You want that energy. You want that focus. You want a guy that cares that much. You don't want that Mozzie Smith kind of thing. You want a dude that actually comes out here and earn a check.
Tristan Hill kind of thing.
Boy. So that's where is it the training staff? Is it the linebacker coach? I mean, who's the person
that's
that's out
the same
there?
guy who always telling them to come in. I mean, that's why you're on a pitch count. They tell you when to go in. I ain't worried about that.
Okay.
I think Britt Brown takes care of those guys. Mm-hmm. I think he's willing to be honest with the coaches on behalf of the players. That's his responsibility.
That's what he's good at.
Seriously.
Oh, you think?
Yeah. And I just
why he's here since the Tom Landry years.
Yeah. And I just look at a guy like Overshone and, hey, man, and when some people want to hear, but my mind thinks about 26 at this point in time. 2026, you could have you're putting together some pieces here that can fit. And
what does every coach we've ever said be where your feet are. Okay. And your feet are in November 2025, man.
Sure. Okay.
That's be where your feet are. Now, if you don't want to play, you shouldn't open up his window. You should keep his butt on IR.
I shouldn't.
You can't play scared in football. You either gonna play,
but you're still gonna put on the pitch count. That's not being scared. That's looking after the player.
Okay, but you can get hurt on play 1 of the pitch count, play 15 of it. Don't matter if you're out there playing in the NFL. Odds are there's a chance you're gonna get hurt, no matter how much we try to protect you. I'm sorry. Don't look at me like that. You want to play tiddlywinks?
I'm still going.
Go to the tiddlywinks court But this is the football. It's a grown man over here.
Okay, you can
and
say
people get hurt.
And guess what? On Sunday, he's still going to be on the pitch count with all that we can get hurt here, and they're still going to be on the pitch count.
Right.
That's just being smart. That's being smart with your investment.
Yeah, but you can still get hurt on the pitch count. So.
I understand the risk. Jacques, you can go out here and...
I don't understand the disagreement you guys are having.
I'm confused as well.
I don't think you necessarily disagree with each other.
I'm just saying, you trying to protect him, and I'm trying to tell you can't protect him.
And I'm telling...
Well,
it is your job. It is your job.
You can limit his exposure.
That's
a dangerous thing.
Okay. But the fact that you limit it don't mean you don't get hit by the car.
3 games in 11, but...
Steve Kerr made a good note a couple of days ago talking about how the change in pace in the NBA and starting seasons has been so much more rough on guys' bodies because of that. That's why you're seeing all these calf injuries in the NBA and things like that.
You know the pace of basketball was like 3 times as fast in the 60s?
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, comparing it to what it has been over the course of the previous half decade, you take these guys who haven't played in 10, 11 weeks, throw them out there, 30 snaps. That's probably good, but you're throwing them out there 50, 60 snaps. That's more pressure on what they're feeling. I talked to Revel the day after the game. He's like, yeah, it's a little sore. It's a different sore than what I felt before. So like, he only played 18 snaps. So I understand now where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from too, but I think there has to be some sort of oversight.
I'll put it this way. It's risk versus being risky. When we all leave here, we're getting on this freeway. That's taking a risk. We're going to take a risk because something could be happening. It could be bad. Now, if we got up here and had a quart of gin, now it's being risky as hell. Something bad really is going to happen. So that's my thing. You're talking about, man, it's risk. You go, yeah, but I'm saying being risky. It'd be risky to sit up here and say, hey, man, go play 50 snaps. That's being risky. The risk is always going to be there. Hey, man, let's manage it. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, man.
Trey Greenlaw got hurt running out onto the field. He didn't even get on the field.
See that?
This man's doing me difficult. It's okay.
It's okay, man. Just because you like...
That's why we limited his playing time today. He had to miss the first 15 minutes.
Exactly.
Is that why y'all gave me the wrong
That's
time?
right.
Hey, man, don't look at
It's
me.
better than being fired on your day off. Hey.
We're going to take a break. It's Media Mash.
How about them Cowboys? Or how about them Tyson Cowboys Nuggets? As we cheer for the stars on the field, we love that we've also got some stars on our plate, thanks to Tyson brand star-shaped Cowboys Nuggets. That, along with all our other favorite Tyson Foods products, sure make game day special. Score some delicious Tyson Cowboys Nuggets and become a game day star, just like our Cowboys. As you enjoy your stars on and off the plate, remember, tailgates and game day have always been Tyson.
Cowboys fans, when it comes to navigating the ever-changing world of tax, your business needs a partner it can trust to tackle even your biggest tax challenges. Ryan is the largest firm in the world dedicated exclusively to business taxes. Our team of tax professionals has local expertise in all areas of tax and can help you uncover savings opportunities you didn't know you had. Learn more about how Ryan can improve your overall corporate tax performance by visiting Ryan.com. Ryan, the official tax partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Look, school is starting and I'm just a kid. And let's be honest, I'm not going to shop for myself. But we can get up to 40% off back-to-school essentials on Uber Eats. Did I mention I need poster board for my science fair, lunch for my field trip, and unlined note cards for my history quiz tomorrow? Or were they lined? Anyway, Uber Eats has like all the back-to-school stuff on there. So come on, let's order now on Uber Eats and get up to 40% off. We're cool, right? Cool.
Not literally everything. Promotion ends 9/16. It is subject to change or cancellation. Exclusions may apply. Check app for availability.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
Back to Media Mash.
Media Mash coming at you right here from the Star at Frisco. It's a Thursday. Cowboys getting ready to face the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday at Jerry, where we got the author and former Cowboy beat writer Jean-Jacques Taylor, Ed Werder, the Hall of Famer, WFAA-TV. We got Nick Harris, the Fort Worth Star Telegram. I am Newey Scruggs. Ed, what? Nick Sirianni don't know the guy. But just when you see him on TV.
Pleased about the fact you don't know the man.
You know, when you see him on TV, you're like, this dude, man, this dude. But he's a Super Bowl champion. He's coached the Super Bowl twice. You just pulled out a pretty good stat about how good the Eagles are when they win the turnover battle under Nick Sirianni.
Which they did week 1 against Dallas. They are 40-2. They win 95% of the time under Nick Sirianni when they win the turnover battle, and that includes a 6-0 record this year.
How do you view him amongst NFL coaches right now?
I don't know. It's hard to judge him. He's had a lot of success. I mean, in terms of winning percentage in the first 4 years as a head coach, he's ranks among the top 5 ever.
How much credit do you give him?
Well, they've forced him to change his coordinators multiple times on both sides of the ball. Now you're not better off than having Vic Fangio calling your defenses, right?
Correct.
So he's benefited from that, but he's on his 4th or 5th different offensive play caller. So it's remarkable that they've been able to continue winning. Now they had the huge collapse 2 years ago, and then they got bounced out of the playoffs by what was it, Tampa? In the first round on the road. Remember, it looked like they were going to win the division handily, and all of a sudden the Cowboys won it because Philly closed with 5 losses in 6 games. So I don't think he's really an offensive strategist, or he would be calling the plays.
He's just a figurehead.
Yeah, he's not. I think he's kind of the guy who creates the attitude,
Between he and Big Don.
and manages.
You know what?
He manages the crisis.
Okay, maybe that, but he ain't got no control over his quarterback. I don't think.
All right, so
that's what I mean. He's a weird dude because I don't think he's in charge of anything.
Well, he's engaged with the fans at times when that wasn't a good look for him, and has probably created a lot of negative optics.
So let's put Andy Reid in his whole separate category here. Multiple Super Bowl winner here. But you just think about guys who won championships. Mike Tomlin's got a Super Bowl ring. He's coaching now. Sean Payton. John Harbaugh.
Sean McVay.
Pete
Carroll. Where do we view him in this?
Who? Sirianni?
Yes.
Easily last.
On your second hand?
You think about, he's been a CEO head coach over the course of the last couple of years, right? He doesn't call any plays. He just, makes game management decisions.
Right.
He's one of the worst game managers in the league. When Nick Sirianni's your head coach, or you're playing against Nick Sirianni, you always have a chance. He tried to do it against Detroit last week.
Like John Harbaugh?
He tried to do it.
You mean like John Harbaugh?
It was unreal.
I mean, is anybody giving up second half double-digit lead like John Harbaugh?
Yeah, at least he's had really
I think we're talking about strategically. You can give it up, but sometimes you just do some things.
Well, Dan Campbell's had moments where he's done that.
For sure. And I would put Sirianni above Dan Campbell. I would, but
I go back to Harbaugh. I look at this thing now with Harbaugh because I'm really just trying to win. Yes, he's had a lot of winning seasons, but he's only gone to 1 Super Bowl, and even then,
could have lost the game to his brother.
Right, if it wasn't for the power outage, and that was a questionable call in the end zone. I'm wondering. Okay, right now, I would take Sirianni over John Harbaugh. That's me.
Yeah, that's you. You can have that. I ain't taking it.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I ain't taking it serious.
I respect the opinion, though. I like your
guy that's gone to the Super Bowl 2 times. And when they lost to Kansas City,
so do you just give all the credit for Philadelphia's success to Howie Roseman?
I was about to say John Harbaugh. If he had Howie Roseman, where does it?
He freaking Ozzie Newsome.
Did you?
And he's got Eric DaCosta now. They get players.
Well, Nick, you better be careful after the show, boy. I hope you got that Kevlar on over there.
I'm putting Howie Roseman above Ozzie Newsome. I'm sorry. I am 100% doing that. I'm 100% doing that.
You're on crack.
I'm 100%
crack. Jonathan Ogden.
Did you drop an F-bomb?
No, I didn't. I said freaking. No, I'm not.
We're going to have to run that back, Beam.
No, I know what I said. Jonathan Ogden, Ray Lewis, Ed Reed,
Can we get
Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
I was going to say, can we get somebody in the last decade?
Huh?
I mean, all them dudes was old. They all in the Hall of Fame now.
How many rings?
For Ozzie? 2.
I mean, for Howie?
2.
I don't think it's you're trying to say it's not a conversation. It's certainly a conversation.
Ozzie Newsome, what Ozzie did when he was carrying Belichick up there in Cleveland too, and some of the players that they drafted.
Yeah,
Ozzie Newsome
fantastic.
Ozzie Newsome's career, what he's done in this league, how he's good.
Should be a Hall of Famer.
Okay,
both of these guys.
But Ozzie Newsome could be in the Hall of Fame based on what he's done just as a general manager alone. That organization moving from Cleveland to Baltimore and everything that they did. And then you start to look at people that he's also developed. DeCosta's good. Learned from Ozzie. Shaq Harris went down to Jacksonville. They started winning a lot of games. He was under Ozzie.
Hired Harbaugh when he was just a special teams coach.
Phil Savage. Hell, Ozzie, I wanted to hire Jason Garrett. And Jason Garrett said no because he'd rather sit here and snaked up Uncle Wade.
Okay.
Why not? I think you're the only one going to be back next week.
And we'll have an entire Howie Roseman show. How about that?
Howie's really good. I like Howie. Howie's good.
But
okay.
I mean, I don't think you can separate Sirianni from
Tickle
the
the
Eagles.
nerve here.
You can't separate Sirianni from the success the Eagles have had. It
ain't from lack of
They've
effort.
won 24 out of their last 27 games. They figured out a way to play on offense last year when it seemed like they were going the wrong direction.
When the Cowboys were winning Super Bowls and going to NFC Championship games in the 90s, how much credit we giving Switzer?
I give him credit for not screwing it up.
There is something to be said right there.
So that's the same kind of credit Sirianni's getting.
I'd put Switzer and Sirianni in the same boat. Absolutely.
I don't know. Sirianni never carried a gun into the airport.
That you know of.
That I know of.
Wow.
I don't think Switzer ever blew a 3-possession lead with, 5.5 minutes left? It was a couple years ago during that losing streak in 23.
But he did call the same failed play twice on back-to-back plays at his own 30-yard line.
He was ahead of his time. Look at guys are doing that all the time now.
I love Switzer.
He was a revolutionary.
I
love Switzer.
So are we done on Sirianni?
I think we're just going to be done. It's good. This is good.
He won a Super Bowl last year with Kellen Moore calling the plays. Cowboys.
I don't know. That alone might put him in the Hall. That alone might put him in the Hall of Fame.
It's a good place to end
Now
the
that
show.
I think about it.
In the week.
Anyone with Big Don on the sideline?
You know.
Fake tough guy.
We'll do
Fake tough guy. Oh boy.
We'll do it again next week, guys.
Real tough.
Nick Harris, thank you.
Thank you, Dewey. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you. Ed Werder, thank you. Thank you. Jacques, for the 2 segments you participated. Thank you. I'm Newey Scruggs.
Am I getting paid for 3?
Yes, you're gonna get the full note. That's how Jerry does it, man.
Can we vote on that?
Like Trayvon Diggs, you gonna get paid.
Like in baseball,
Whatever
they
you
vote
do.
on shares for World Series wins. Can we vote on his share?
CD and Pickens got their full game check.
Yeah, exactly. It's a media mash. Goodbye.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?